Hi Dark Realmers, it's horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott here with you again, and today I've got part 2 of our upcoming horror film uh, compilations to look forward to in 2017. Now before we start, have you turned on all the lights? Is your phone fully charged? Do you have a friend or loved one on speed dial? Are all the doors and windows locked? Yes? Good. Then let's begin. Okay, Dark Realmers, you may remember in part 1 we looked at a movie called Clown Town, and that looked very frightening. And for all those people who are afraid of clowns, if you thought that was it for the year, I'm sorry. There's another movie out there, and this one looks even better. It's called Clown. Surprise, surprise. But it's about a man who dresses up as a clown for his son's birthday party, only to find that he can't take it off afterwards, and his personality slowly begins to change. And that's one of the creepiest things in movies, for me anyway. So let's check that out.
There's no clown coming.
Who double books a clown?
I thought you had a backup.
Everything's gonna be fine.
You're perfect.
Mr. Clown? Dad, hurry, I'm gonna be late.
I physically cannot get it off. It's suffocating.
1, 2.
Daddy?
Oh, Jack, sweetie, let's get you to bed.
That's not Daddy.
I can feel myself changing.
What happened to my husband?
It's not a costume. It's skin of a demon.
It lured people out of the villages into its cave. His white face and red nose to entertain people that they knew.
No matter what I say, don't let me out.
How do you get the suit off?
You can't.
What are you doing down there, Daddy?
Come downstairs. I want to see my #1 birthday boy.
Okay, Dark Realmers, now I know there's a few people who laugh at people, pardon me, who actually have a fear of clowns, but it's not so unusual. And I'll tell you why. Did you know that as human beings, we have it inbuilt into our psyche to be very fearful of things that are like us, but not exactly like us? And by that I mean things that look human, but don't act human. And it's very much built into our race memory. Now, if you think about that, that's so true. Because look at movies like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and John Carpenter's Thing, where we're confronted by beings that look like us, talk like us, but they don't act like us. And that's very much because as human beings, even though we do a lot of talking and we like to think that's how we communicate, we're like every other animal species on the planet. And basically we do a lot of visual communication, and anything that doesn't give off body language or doesn't emote like us actually sends us into a fight or flight mode. And that's why these movies are so scary, because if they weren't, and that wasn't part of our race memory, well, people who'd go to see Invasion of the Body Snatchers would have been laughing instead of being absolutely terrified. So next time you're feeling a bit silly for being afraid of a clown, just remember, you share that fear, or a fear of something that's not quite really looks like you or me, you share that with about 6 billion other people, because it's something we've evolved. So hey, don't feel bad at all. Okay, from creepy clowns and creepy possession of human beings by clown suits, let's look at the supernatural now, and let's take a look at The Conjuring 2, which is the sequel to the very successful movie The Conjuring. And this one is guaranteed to chill you and give you a few frightening moments, Dark Realm.
This is my home. Get out now.
No, this is not your house. Now, what's your name?
My name is Bill Wilkins, and I'm 72 years old.
What do you make of that voice?
Sounds confused. Is he senile?
The voice on this tape is coming from an 11-year-old girl. They're calling it England's Amityville. There is a family that desperately needs our help.
After everything we've seen, there isn't much that rattles either of us anymore. But this one still haunts me. Does it feel like the voice is coming from inside you?
More like it's coming from behind me. Like I'm being used.
Janet, are you all right?
Stop calling me
Janet.
She's such a good girl. What's there wrong with her?
An oppressing spirit will try to force you to commit the ultimate sin.
And what's that?
Murder, suicide, or both.
You believe us, don't you?
Sensing a presence?
I'm not sensing anything. All I can sense is their own fear.
Honey, you're bleeding. What is happening?
I had a premonition of your death.
Who's there?
The family's just a pawn. Something inhuman wants to kill you. If we keep doing this, you're going to die.
And speaking of sequels, here's another one. This is Annabelle 2. Okay, and this is the sequel to the first movie, obviously. And for anyone that's creeped out by dolls, and that gets back to that point I mentioned before about being like but unlike, this is sure to creep you out, because dolls with smiling faces that are actually evil can give anyone the chills and the willies, basically. So let's check this one out, Dark Realm.
Annabelle?
And what's better than one sequel trailer? Two sequel trailers. And here we have Ouija 2. Now, the original Ouija was a sleeper hit. It did very, very well, hence the reason for the sequel. And yes, it's a familiar story about a group of people who play around with the Ouija board and let themselves get opened up to yucky, horrible, demonic influences. But this is a prequel to the first film, okay? So it's a sequel, but set before the first film. So you don't need to see Ouija to enjoy this or get a thrill out of it. And that's very clever of the studio, because it means they're not limiting their audience potential. So let's check this out, Dark Realmers.
Let's begin. We invite you into our circle. If that's you, give us a sign.
This is a scam.
We do not attack the clients.
We help people. We give them closure.
You are so weird.
Does she have a lot of problems?
It's nothing too concerning.
What's this?
A Ouija board for work.
Spirit, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Who are you talking to?
What? Daddy. Are you there? Who are you?
Your sister's taking you to school today.
I don't want to go! I want to stay here and talk to my friends.
What friends?
I'll show you. Are you here?
Something is happening that we can't understand.
I'm concerned about your girl.
What's this about, Father?
What are you doing? I'm not doing it.
The spirit world is dangerous.
They were watching us all those years.
By using the board, you've opened up a portal.
Want to hear something cool?
Sure.
Do you know what it feels like to be strangled to death? First, you feel the pressure in your throat. And you start to taste something very sour in your mouth. Then, it's like someone lights a match right in the middle of your chest. And that fire grows. It fills your lungs and your throat and all the way behind your eyes. And the last thing you feel is cold. Good night, Romeo. It's just a game.
Okay, Dark Realmers, let's move away from sequels just for the minute and take a look at something a bit different. I'm always a fan of movies where they start out doing experiments with the best of reasons and things quickly deteriorate. Because it's a warning. Don't mess around with the human mind, and don't mess around with things you don't really understand. And this film looks like a perfect example of that. It's called The Blackout Experiment. Now, a lot of movies say based on real events and real actual footage, etc. You've got to take that with a bit of a grain of salt these days, Dark Realmers, because Hollywood, I won't call them lies, but they do stretch the truth just a tad to sell movie tickets. But regardless of that, keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's real, I'm not saying it's not, but regardless of that, it looks absolutely terrifying.
I started to have some second thoughts about whether or not I should do this. I signed my life away going to this place. You know, we all live once, and I guess we all want to do something that's risk-taking or scary.
It felt like S&M. Upon receipt of this email, fill out the questionnaire below and send it back today.
I see a camera on and it's watching me.
They want you to have a traumatic experience.
What do you want? Your respect. No! Answer! Shut up!
I believe that Blackout has actually transformed me.
I'm playing with fire, and somehow it felt rewarding.
I'm sure it could seem like we're a cult.
Down! This is what you want! This is what you want!
Well, after seeing that, I'm so glad I chose sociology over psychology for my final year at high school. But undoubtedly, that is a really chilling looking movie, so you might really enjoy that one, Dark Realm. Okay, now let's imagine that you've suffered through the loss of a child, but you get the chance to adopt a lovely young boy. But he's too scared to go to sleep. Now, that premise sounds chilling enough, but when you factor in that this young boy has a scary ability that whenever he sleeps, whatever he's dreaming about actually comes out in the real world. And this will give you a great idea of this film, Dark Realmers. So for parents, yeah, maybe a little bit chilling, shall we say?
I think the two of you will make wonderful foster parents.
Good morning.
How are you?
Who's that?
That's our son, Sean.
Where is he?
He's in heaven.
Good night, Cody. I don't like to sleep.
There's nothing for you to be scared of here.
What the hell?
Sean?
I'm sorry. I was dreaming.
That little boy's dreams come true.
Where are they coming from?
Real and true. But his nightmares, they're deadly.
Sometimes if I do this, it keeps him away.
I need to find out more about his dreams.
Wake up! Wake up!
Oh my God.
Before I wake.
Well, as the immortal bard said, to sleep, perchance to dream. Not. Okay, Dark Realmers. Now, I've got something touch lighter. Okay, well, as light as a horror movie can possibly be. This one's called Love Witch, and it's set in the 60s, and all the fashion is from the 60s, and they've done a marvellous job of filming it in that sort of look, that lighting that's peculiar to 60 movies, that sort of washed out little bit sort of look. And it's about a witch, and she concocts love potions because she is looking for the man of her dreams. Now, it starts off very sort of tongue-in-cheek, and you think, oh yeah, okay. But believe me, this one gets darker. So if you like a horror movie that lets you have that breath before you actually get scared again, I think you're going to enjoy this one.
After Jerry died, the cops wouldn't stop harassing me. They couldn't prove anything. They actually thought that I killed him. Anyways, San Francisco got to be a really bad trip after you left. And that's when I remembered you had that extra apartment.
Hey. Hi, I'm Trish.
Hi, Trish.
Well, what do men want?
Just a pretty woman to love. and to take care of them. Love me. Love me. What I'm really interested in is love. You might say I'm addicted to love. You want to take a girl up there now? You want some?
What is it?
Well, I met this great-looking guy, and I used love magic on him. Then he got really weird on me. All these emotions started flowing out of him. Then he got really sick. What is it, Wayne? What is it, baby? What a pussy. What a baby. Wayne. Witchcraft is just a way of concentrating energy. You can only work with what's already there. I just use sex magic to create love magic. Sometimes it's almost scary how strong the love gets.
And sex magic, of course.
Iko, somela. Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
I would do anything for love.
Okay, Dark Realmers, I thought I'd finish off part 2 of our upcoming horror movie trailer look with another psychological creepy film. Now, this one's made by BBC Films, and they have a reputation for making excellent quality films. A lot of them are quite good dramas and comedies, and horror's not a lot I've seen of BBC horror films, but this one looks particularly good. And it's about a couple and new neighbours move in downstairs, and at first they seem all lovely and friendly, but yeah, you know where this is going, don't you? I'll say no more. Just check this out, Dark Realm.
There's no abnormalities that I can see. I think you have a very healthy baby. Are you happy?
What do you think? We have new neighbors, by the way. They're a couple.
Hi. Hi. You must have just arrived. Yeah, last night.
I don't know why you invited them.
She said they don't know anyone. It's like she's got this little secret.
You got a crush on her?
These are for you. Thank you.
How long have you been together?
Just over 10 years.
Why haven't you got children already?
The truth is, we weren't sure we wanted a child.
What do you mean? I've always known I wanted a child.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
We're leaving.
Are you sure you're okay? I'm fine.
Stay away from my wife!
We just want you to know we are so sorry for what we said.
He's ours. Nothing else matters.
Why don't I take Billy every now and then? Give you a break.
Oh, calm down.
Something's wrong with him.
I know what I want, and I focus on getting it.
You're both wonderful.
What you think you saw, you didn't see.
Did I see you flirting with her? Someone was here! I need to leave that house.
It's much better this way.
I love you, baby.
You never know your own neighbors.
Okay, well that's it for part 2 of our upcoming horror movie review and look at trailers. I hope you've enjoyed what I've picked for you to look at today. Let me know if what your favourite trailer was. I've got a few favourites that I'll mention, and if you haven't checked it out yet, check out part 1 because there's some great trailers there for you to look at and enjoy. Now I'll be doing part 3 very soon. Honestly, Dark Realmers, I'm just blown away with the amount of movies that we horror fans are going to enjoy this year, and obviously to do them all in one video would have been bigger than, you know, like a Cecil B. DeMille production. So I hope you'll bear with me and stick around for part 3. That'll be coming up soon. Don't forget, I love hearing your comments, so please leave a comment for me on anything you'd like to see in the Dark Realm Diaries. Don't forget to hit subscribe to get all our new content and videos. And I'll see you again very, very soon, Dark Realmers. And remember, until then, stay in the light.